Hello, everyone. Welcome back to MetaEdu's weekly recap. I'm Nick. Of course, we have here Dan the Man. How you doing?
Doing good there, son. How are you?
Doing good. Let's do our little recap on what the market looks like right now on CoinMarketCap. Real simple. We're still under 30K with Bitcoin. It's still hurting a bit. Waiting for that to go right back up. Ethereum's still under 2K, which is still blowing my mind. Uh, Tether is still having issues with staying at that full dollar mark. It keeps dropping below every so often, down to like 98, 97, which is a little odd. And of course, I found this very, very funny. Terra is number 2 on the trending page on CoinMarketCap because of how poorly it is doing. Even in its amazing dump, it is still dumping within like the last 24 hours, went down 30 more percent. 30 more percent. That is absurdly huge.
Going all in, baby. All in on Terra.
Just, yeah. Oh, it's going to a dollar. It's going to a dollar. No, it's not. Shut up. You're a fool. If you think it's going to a dollar, I can't help you. There's no hope for you, and you're lost. Okay.
Oh,
Let's get into the prices that Bitcoin must defend to have a much deeper fall. This is on Cointelegraph, the future of money. Dad, why don't you go ahead and give us a rundown of this?
yeah, because that's the big question, right? The two biggest questions I get is A, should I even invest in Bitcoin, and B, where is it going, right? And if to know where it's going, if I knew that, we wouldn't be sitting here talking right now because I'd be on a beach somewhere with millions upon millions of dollars. And if I had that little crystal ball, I'd be amazing. And I'd be all over YouTube and we'd all be, I'd probably solve, our US debt problem too, if I could predict where Bitcoin was going. But since I can't do that, here we are. So I saw the article in Cointelegraph and I thought that this would be a great way just to kind of give you some let's just call it some basis points to look at. Instead of going into great chart analysis and stuff and bore you half to death on chart analysis, because really chart analysis, or they'll call it technical analysis, TA, is very subjective, and everyone has their own opinion about what's going to happen. So when they published this article, I thought it was a great little article and just kind of tells you a snapshot. Like if you scroll down here and you see the first chart, and basically um, what happens here is they're basically giving you points of what happens when we drop down to these prices. Okay. So when you see back when they go back to 19 and 20, um, and basically what they're using here is a cohort model. Basically, cohort basically says if you go back in time, you can look and you can see what prices are going to do. So if you took that to like the year, like if we went back and I saw I was born in 1850 and we had, I got pneumonia, I had a bigger chance of dying to where I was born, in 76. I'm probably not going to die from pneumonia just because of technology has advanced. So when you look at this cohort here, and you see where these they're just basically going back in time saying, okay, back in basically August September 19, Bitcoin went down 2.4%, two times, 2.4 times, then it dropped down to 2.8, dropped down to 5.1, and then it shot back up, right? Well, what they're showing you here is the same thing is happening again here. So basically here in September, we saw where it dropped 2.3 times. Now we're down 2.5. It dropped back. It went back up, dropped back down. We did 2.3 back here right now currently. And so they believe this is going to shoot back up. Okay. So basically, we have to hold some of these price that they're giving here. Basically in this 20K range. So like 23.4, 24.4, 26.4 is kind of those prices. If we go below like 24.4, we're going down to 20K. There's just no way around it, right? But now also, if we follow some of these charts that we're looking up here, to where, hey, we dropped down to 2.3 again, we could shoot back up. Now, where this is going to go, we just don't know. I mean, if you go back here in April, let's just say roughly April of 20, we went down 5.1x, and then you fast forward to September of 2021. Well, let's see here. Actually, I take that back. Let's be back of July. Let's say, we shot back up to was a all times highs of 68K, right? Um, so it's a massive gain over a year. What could happen here? We could see this great bull run. But at the end of the day, we just don't know. So we just have some price marks to work. We really need to get above that 36,000 right here. Um, that's a big next level support. Really, if you break through 30K would be nice too. Hopefully, we could see that today. I don't know. Let's see it tomorrow though. I think we'll have a green day tomorrow in the stock markets. But at the end of the day, nobody knows. So, what do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. We've been breaking 30K repeatedly over and over again the last several days, and we did back down between 29. So I don't think that's a super huge indicator. I think 32 is a little bit more substantial. People will get a little bit more positive emotion in regards to Bitcoin. And like I said before, everything is contingent on Bitcoin. Everything changes when Bitcoin changes. So I don't know what to really focus on entirely. I'm just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, and not trying to overcomplicate things.
No, I think if you least cost dollar average in, um, things that I didn't do
Yeah.
when I started, then I think you're gonna be okay. But if we go and let's talk about people like, well, why should I even get into Bitcoin? Okay, so we always say in kind of crypto is follow your psychedelic leaders, right? So if you look at this link we bought, the 10 banks that have invested in cryptocurrency, I think we're all going to recognize these names, right? So you have Wells Fargo, you have JP Morgan, Barclays, Mellon, Citibank. All these banks have invested into Bitcoin one way or another. We've talked about Fidelity and how you can even trade, Bitcoin inside of Fidelity's inside your 401ks for the programs they have. Um, so when I look at these things and that you look at what other companies are doing also. So let's just take Tesla, for example, right? So Tesla, I got to look at my notes here. So Tesla currently has about 1.5 billion. You have MicroStrategy's 5.8 billion. You have Block, which used to be Square, it's 381 million. So all these big publicly traded companies are invested inside of Bitcoin. Um, if we go and look at it as our hedge against inflation, so if you follow the DXY, so DXY is the strength for the dollar. Right now, I believe it's like $1.32 right now, which I believe is heavily inflated. There's just no stinking way that's that high. So basically, DXY compares you to, it compares against the other superpower monies like China, Japan, Europe. What's the dollar and strength to those? And so right now, it's really high. So if you want to go to Europe right now, it'd be a good time to go because you can make 32 cents on the dollar right now compared to the euro. So
Well, that's pretty nice.
um, yeah, I mean, you would take an also trip to Europe, probably go a little cheaper these days. Um, but when we go in and we look at geopolitically and what's going on, let's go back to let's say we have a Great Depression happen. God forbid we have a Great Depression, right? Well, it's the first time in history we have an alternate currency. Because back then, all you had was gold and silver. That's the only thing else you could really invest in. Well, now we have cryptocurrency. So, God forbid, let's say, for example, in December, um, the dollar devalues to 70 cents. Where's everybody going to put their money? It's not going to be the stock market. I can tell you that much. It's going to be in the cryptocurrencies. That's where everyone's going to put their money because it's the hedge against inflation. And listen, I'm a big advocate of being diverse, right? Like typical financial planning is being diverse. And by the way, we're not financial advisors. This is not financial advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Trust me, I am not the financial advisor. But what are you laughing at? See what I mean? I told you. I'm probably just like a boomer to him, which he had explained to me what the heck that was a moment ago.
So it's like
So
a double boomer because you didn't know what the boomer was. Sounds like a boomer boomer. That's two boomers.
Boom, boom. Anyway, uh, I don't know why I just thought of like Bam Bam, like from the Flintstones. Bam Bam, boom, boom. Anyway, as my son laughs at me, but I'm used to it. So, but having diverse, like I with gold and silver, I have other assets. I like a lot of hard assets, real estate, to be diverse into. I don't have a lot of stocks. I have a lot of crypto, but that's just my personal investment strategies. And I think the key is when people get into crypto, I'm like, have an investment strategy, whatever it is, have it, set it up, set your rules to follow, and follow the rules, because you don't want your emotions to drive your actions. That I have done quite a few times. Won
Yeah.
some, lost some.
Yeah, and if you have a strategy, then you're able to reconvene your strategy, refix it up, and go, okay, this wasn't working, but this is, or this is working, so I'm going to increase in this kind of position a bit more, and figuring out which ways I want to go with it. But sticking to a plan, sticking to a strategy, just like in sports, is the way to go. If you just go, alrighty, team, get the ball and goal, right, without having them work together or figure anything out or have any plays, you are just going to be screwed. Because everyone else, the other team has a strategy.
All right, what do you talk about sports? You don't even follow sports.
Yeah, but it's an appropriate analogy, and I'm right. So, am I wrong? No. All right then. So you can admit that, admit that even though I don't even follow sports, that it was a good analogy. Admit it.
It was a good analogy. It's just ironic you use sports.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't use anything of like when I caught complicated intellect. I could say chess, but I can't. I don't want to go over your head or anything.
Beat me in chess.
Huh?
You've never beat me in
I've
chess.
never played him in chess.
You've never beat me though.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that's my strategy.
Well, you've never played me. I haven't lost a chess game in my life.
Well, you did play a subpar person, but we won't mention who that is.
I've only played 3 games, but it's never lost either.
It's true. Oh, but no, he's right. You got to have a strategy and follow your rules to that strategy, because, and for whatever reason, it's weird. Like, people are not emotional tied to like stocks. Like, if I say I'm in Tesla or whatever, people, oh, that's cool, right? But when it comes to crypto, people have their opinions and they're emotionally tied to crypto. It's really weird.
I think it's because
I didn't
people
realize
want
it until I got into it.
Yeah, I think it's because
What'd
people
you
want to be the guy. They were like, well, I got into this, and now look at my Lambo. Bah, bah, bah. Like, they want to be that dude. Like, very badly.
Right.
So then they're very emotionally connected to it.
Yeah, it's weird though. To be, I never thought until I got into it, and yeah, it's like someone, if you're into something, they're like, well, I don't like Polygon. To me, I'm like, well, I'd like, pump out my chest and I start going off about how Polygon's awesome, right?
Everyone's a part of a cult. It's just the coin cults.
Like, it's true. Dude, we should start the coin cult page.
Yeah. And
That'd be awesome.
We'll have a community page where everyone forms a cult over a singular coin, and then we pit them against each other.
Wait,
Like
battle to the death.
Yeah. Animal fighting
Hey,
with like the coins. Yeah.
It's gonna be our new game, the coin cult game, fight to the death.
Alrighty.
Oh, gotta love it.
Cool. Before we wrap up, though, I do like to dig on Terra just some more to watch them kick them while they're down. Terra's legal team resigns in wake of UST Luna collapse. I just thought it was funny because everyone's like, "It's going to $1. It's going to $1." It is $0.00013 right now. It was at like 90. This bitch done. It's done. It's over. There's no more. Go home.
Well,
you lost.
Well, that will go home. It's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off at the end of the movie. Yeah. Why are you still here?
Yes,
go home.
Exactly. That is it. Why are you still here? Go home.
Yeah, well, we should have put that clip in there. That'd been a great clip. But but they are forking it off. That did get voted through, so we'll see what happens. So now the Terra Classic will be there, and then we'll have the new Luna coin. They're supposed to airdrop it, I think next week is what I heard. So we'll see if that even happens, because Sometimes airdrops never come through. The problem is, it's like you can only spend 10% of your airdrop and you got to hold the rest for like a year.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. But I'm not holding my breath, that's for sure. He's probably forming a new coin because it was like $71 million in taxes. So he's got to pay for that somehow.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, let's wrap this thing up. D-Man, that's Nick, and we're out.
Yes, and make sure to check us out at metaeducation.biz. It's not .com. I got it wrong last night or last time. I can't believe I got our own thing wrong. Oh my god. So yeah, thank y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.